US Navy helicopters destroy Houthi boats after an attempted hijack. Kremlin vows to all those responsible for the attack on Belgorod will be punished. The US military said on Sunday it shot down 2 anti-ship ballistic missiles fired towards a container ship by Yemen's Houthi rebels in the Red Sea. Hours later, 4 boats tried to attack the same ship, but US forces opened fire, killing several of the armed crew, said US military officials. The US Command Center detailed the incident in a tweet on X. A contract-embarked security team on the ship returned fire, according to the Central Command, while issuing verbal warnings to the attackers. Houthi boats opened fire on US helicopters using small arms, the statement said. The Iran-backed Houthis have vowed to attack ships in the Red Sea that are heading to Israel in support of the Palestinians. They want Israel to end its military offensive in Gaza, which began in October. An estimated 100,000 Palestinians recently fled Israeli bombardments on central Gaza and fled to the southern border town of Rafah. They add to an overcrowded displaced population whom rely almost entirely on humanitarian assistance, said a UN official. Israel says it will continue its air and ground offensive until Hamas is dismantled.
השגת הניצחון דורשת עוד זמן. כפי שאמר השבוע הרמטכ"ל, המלחמה תימשך עוד חודשים רבים. המדיניות שלי ברורה. אנחנו ממשיכים להילחם עד השלמת כל יעדי המלחמה, ובראשם חיסול החמאס ושחרור כל חטופינו.
Thousands of Israelis gathered on Saturday in Tel Aviv to protest against the government's handling of the ongoing war in Gaza and call for fresh elections. Demonstrators attacked Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's hardline government and demanded action to bring the rest of the hostages back home. Shelling in the Russian border city of Belgorod killed 24 people and wounded 108 more on Saturday, according to the regional governor. Russian officials accused Kyiv of carrying out the assault, which came 18 hours after Russian strikes on Ukraine. Russia called for an emergency UN Security Council meeting following the attacks.
Все организаторы и исполнители этого и других преступлений киевской хунты понесут неотвратимое наказание. Призываем все ответственные правительства и профильные международные структуры выступить с решительным осуждением этого жестокого теракта, совершенного с использованием запрещенных в большинстве западных государств кассетных боеприпасов.
In Ukraine, Russian forces shelled Kharkiv on Saturday, striking the central part of the city, injuring at least 21 people. Military officials added the Russian strike damaged civilian infrastructure, including medical facilities, apartment buildings, shops and other public spaces and transport. All Eurostar services have resumed, but there are warnings of delays and crowds after Saturday's disruption on one of the busiest weekends of the year. While the first train left London for Paris at around 8 a.m. local time on Sunday, hundreds were left stranded after a tunnel under the Thames in England flooded and was closed. Bad weather caused a pipe to burst, affecting railway services in south-east England. Venice announced new limits on the size of tourist groups as well as loudspeakers on Saturday. It's the Italian city's latest move to reduce the pressure of mass tourism. The changes are aimed at improving the movement of groups through Venice's historic centre, as well as its surrounding islands, according to the city official charged with security. Starting in June, groups will be limited to 25 people and the use of loudspeakers will be banned, the city said in a statement.